Hey people, welcome back to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. So today's conversation is about child-free life. Kindly watch the following videos I've put together and I'll be back to leave my own comment. Please stick around.
So I'm 31, I'm single, and I don't have any kids. Neither do I want any kids. And this is the conversation that I was having a couple days ago with a very close friend of mine. Love him. Super close friend of mine. He was telling me, look, bro, you're young. You're only 31. You might change your mind. So never say never. You might meet that one girl who just sweeps you off your feet and you think, okay, now I want kids. And I was like, no. Actually, no, bro, because I know exactly how I am. I am extremely self-aware. I know that having a child or having children, I'd be tripping all day, stressed all day, 24/7. Where are they? Who are they with? Where are they at? Why are they there? The list goes on. But primarily, the reason as to why I don't want kids, the main reason is because, all right, when I was a little kid, I would ask my mom about pregnancy. I was like 10, 11 years old. And I would ask her, what is it like to have a kid? What is it, what does it feel like? Does it hurt? What's it like? What's the experience like? And she would tell me that it was the worst pain that anyone can go through. Childbirth, child pains, birth pains, and all that stuff, right? And she would tell me that it was excruciating pain. And immediately I thought to myself, I was like, if I ever get older and if I ever get married or I get with someone, I'm not going to want to put them through that. Right away, I was like, why would I want to put the love of my life through such pain? No thanks. No, nah, baby, I ain't putting you through that kind of pain. If you want kids, have them. But I'm not going to be the guy that's going to watch you there through the 9 months with your feet swollen, your back hurting, your arms hurting, your whole body in pain. You think I want to see you in that kind of pain? Of course not. I don't want to see the love of my life going through that kind of pain. I'm sorry, but I don't. And even though I will be there for her through thick and thin and everything she needs, you need some chocolate, you want some chocolates, I'll go to the store and get you some right now. Are you tired? I'll pick you up and I'll carry you to the car. I'll carry you to the house. I'll carry you to the couch. I'll do everything for you. But that still is not going to take away that pain, especially when you're giving birth. I don't want to put my woman through that pain. I'm sorry, but I just don't.
One thing I've noticed about not having kids in your 30s is that people don't care about your life anymore. It's actually really funny. Because you'll go to gatherings and now people around your age, it could be friends, could be family, they have kids. So there are kids and babies at these parties and your adult life is just not even on their radar anymore. They're all just collectively like, your existing life is boring. We have a new life and it's much more interesting. And I get it. I'm not doing like why don't they care about me anymore? No, I get it. The baby's more interesting. I understand that. But it's just funny to see how disinterested people are in how your life is going. If your life updates don't include like, oh, I've spawned a child, they don't. They're just like, oh, your job's going well. That's cool. Create a life, please. Because you'll see that they'll like ask you like, oh, how are things going? And then as soon as you start saying words, they're just like, oh, that's good. Can we go to the baby? And the baby's just like, bah. And they're just like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I get it. I get it. I'm not mad about it.
As a guy who doesn't have kids and doesn't want kids myself, dating can be a bit rough. It's even worse, in my opinion, when you live in the South. I live in Georgia, and meeting people who kind of like are on the same page as you with that kind of thing is extraordinarily rough. A lot of people here, they still are very religious. They still have that very traditional mindset of, white picket fence, nuclear family, having the kids, all that. And while I obviously want a partner, I have zero desire to be a parent. It's just not what I want, especially not with the current state of the world. Fuck that. And in my personal experience, I've had a lot of women get upset with me when I tell them this. Maybe because they feel like it's an insult or an attack on them. Like I'm saying I don't want to have kids with them. But it's really not about that. It's just I don't want to be a parent. Period. I really think someone needs to make like a dating app or something for people who don't want kids. Like, that's the only people who can sign up for it or something.
A lot of people don't want to have kids because they don't want to have to sacrifice their own happiness and their own pleasure for somebody else. And I think that's admirable that you know that about yourself, because a lot of people are going to be like, you're so selfish. But it's like, yeah, I know I'm selfish. I know I'm selfish, and therefore I don't want to have to add anybody into this space that I might end up abusing because I'm selfish, because I'm weird. And sometimes I watch things that remind me of a Saturday morning on Lifetime. I was watching Mama Flora's Family, the miniseries, and it perfectly illustrated why a lot of people don't want to have kids. Because there was a scene where a mama played by Erica Alexander was sitting at a table with her 2 kids, and her daughter just finished her chicken, and she put up the bone and she said, "Can I have another?" And Erica Alexander was about to take a bite of her chicken, and she looked at her daughter and then she handed her piece of chicken. And I know some of you are not going to be able to do that. She didn't have enough money. She didn't have enough food. Her child was hungry, and she fed her child her food. Now, some of y'all would have had children starving because you would have been like, I gotta eat too. And some of y'all would say you need to be grateful for the little that we do have while you eat your chicken in front of your child. But some people have the heart of being a parent that would give their child their chicken. They just don't want to give that child that chicken, so that's why they're not having a child. People want to feel comfortable that they are going to be able to reliably feed themselves and their children because they do not want to have a hungry child. And if their child is fed, they want to make sure they can eat too.
Well, after listening to all the people, kindly leave your comment in the comment section below, because this conversation seems not to end. I don't know where this beef is coming from. Every time it's about child-free people and people who want kids. Why can't we just embrace one another's choice? Having children is a choice. Not having kids is also a good choice. So let's not try to bring conflict among ourselves. Let's just embrace and accept the choice each and everyone makes. Let's learn to put boundaries. Having children is a preference, and not having children is also a preference. So let's just keep this love burning. And guys, thank you so much for being part of this conversation. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. See you in the next video, and stay safe.